Hey everyone, it's Crystal Neat, your intuitive tarot reader, and I'm here with your May 22nd daily tarot reading the overall energy and vibe of the day. As always, I hope these messages resonate with you and I hope they help in some way. So the first card that we have out is the Page of Swords upright. We have the Magician and we have the Devil. So two major arcana, and we have the minor arcana of the Page of Swords. Okay, so basically what this energy is all about is, well, I guess the first thing that came to mind was a very mental day. Like, some days are emotional, some days are very aggressive and passionate and driven, and then you have those days where you just think a lot. You just are in your head. This is one of those days. Or where it's very communicative, where you're talking to a lot of people and doing a lot of back and forth, you know, transactions and conversations, and more people call your phone and everybody wants to talk. A lot of the times that's the energy with the Page of Swords, because it's always bringing about this news, this information. Now keep in mind, with the news that the Page of Swords brings, now granted, it could be a new way of thinking, a modern way of thinking, a new conversation that comes about that kind of makes you question certain things that you've always stood on. But a lot of the times with the Page of Swords, you just have to watch it because it's still a young air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So whenever you have that present, they don't quite have all the facts yet. So watch gossip today, just kind of keep an extra eye out for that, because or even it's like, oh my gosh, everybody, they say we're all getting a $3 raise today, but then you come to find out that that's not really the case, or that $3 raise is just not something you're getting. It comes with the extra slab of work. So just be mindful of what you download, what you listen to today, what you communicate about. I think the Page of Swords is great for when you really need to get something across or talk or to have good dialogue. But keep in mind, think before you speak, because this energy does have a heavy energy of manifestation over it too. And I say that because, for one, your words are powerful, and the next card that we have is the Magician. So the Magician is the speaker of what he or she wants their truth to be, or what they want their reality to become. The Magician card is not asking for anybody else's assistance. It knows, I want the job, I'm going after it, I will get it. I'll do the things necessary to make sure that it happens. The Magician is taking matters into your own hand. Now into your own hands. You have to watch this because, as you hear me say a lot, sometimes what we think we want at certain points of our life change at later parts of our lives. So with this having such a heavy manifestation energy over it, just make sure that whatever you're asking for, I would make it more broad. Instead of saying God, universe, ancestors, whoever, I am bringing forth back Gary into my life. He will be my husband. Instead of being that specific, I would more so be like, I am open to receiving the positive energy and love that is meant for me to have at this moment in my life. I am open to all things positive, and I rid all things negative that are not for me. And boom, let it happen. Now, granted, if you are into the mystical realm or anything like that, today is a good day to do spiritual work, especially if you need to detox or get rid of any negative energy. It is the perfect day for that. Like, if you have been having a hard time and still holding on to things, or just having a bad day and you want to relax, this is an amazing day to do something spiritually to aid towards that. Whether you pray, whether you do rituals, whether you light a candle, whatever it is, it will definitely have a potent energy to it today. Now, once again, we have the Magician card, the Devil card. And the Devil card has a lot to do with the things that we feel like we can't change. We feel like we can make a vote, but we can't change the government. I can't change the way that I am. I've always been like this. I can't get out of this marriage. How am I going to get out of this marriage? And this is the only way that I can pay my bills and take care of my children. Now, all of those things might be your reality, but keep in mind, every hardship that we are facing individually, someone else has found a escape out of that and turned it into something beautiful. So everything that looks like a trap is actually a door to get out of. It's just a matter of finding your way to get out of that situation. But if you keep telling yourself over and over again with the devil card, I'm stuck at this job, I'm stuck in this relationship, I'll always be fat, then guess what? You're telling yourself that over and over again, and it's going to make you hate that even more. It's going to make every day even harder for you versus going back to the Magician card and having the optimistic energy of the Page of Swords. This is saying, you know what? I need new information. I need to listen to new people. I need a new set of friends. I am going to create this new way of thinking, because the devil card is a negative chain of thinking that you're tied to things that you're really not. And as we know, letting the negative parts of your subconscious get the best of you. Now, this has a very, for some people, this will be just a lot of gossip. This will be a lot of gossip and a lot of lies, in order to try to, you know how some, like in movies, we see the plot where a person says something to get a reaction out of you, and then it wasn't even the truth. They just did it to get a reaction out of you, to get you to do what they wanted you to do. It's kind of like intentional gossip or spreading rumors. You purposely were trying to tell that person who you knew would tell the whole office, so that way it would get around. You have to be careful, because it is manipulative energy also. Now, what is positive is the Magician and the Page of Swords if you use it to your advantage. This will be having positive communication with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This would be to go the high road versus the low road. This would be, instead of drinking that hot toddy, drinking a cup of tea, not letting the darkness take you over, but letting the optimistic new beginning that you have presented towards you today manifest. Okay, really what I see overall, you all, I hope that helped. If you ever need to get a private reading with me, you can always do so by emailing me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Besides that, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.